The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has formally removed Julius Abure from office as the national chairman of the Labour Party and ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to immediately recognize the Senator Esther Nenadi Usman-led caretaker leadership of the party. Delivering judgment on Wednesday, Justice Peter Laifu held that the protracted leadership crisis within the Labour Party had already been conclusively resolved by the Supreme Court in its landmark ruling of April 4, 2025. The Apex Court, he noted, affirmed Senator Nenadi Usman, a former Minister of Finance, as the head of the party's caretaker committee pending the conduct of a duly constituted national convention. Justice Laifu emphasized that, in view of the Supreme Court's decision, INEC is under a clear legal obligation to recognize and deal exclusively with the Nenadi Usman-led caretaker committee as the lawful authority empowered to act for and on behalf of the Labour Party. According to the court, any action or recognition inconsistent with the Supreme Court's ruling would amount to a violation of the law. The judgment arose from a suit marked FHC, ABJ, CS, 2262-2025, instituted by Senator Usman, in which Julius Abure and the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC were listed as defendants. In his ruling, Justice Laifu stated that the documentary and oral evidence before the court unequivocally showed that Abure's tenure as national chairman had expired. He dismissed Abure's contention that the matter was a purely internal party dispute beyond judicial scrutiny, holding that questions of leadership tenure are justiciable and had already been definitively settled by the Supreme Court. The judge further ruled that the constitution of a caretaker committee became inevitable following the Supreme Court's decision to nullify earlier judgments that had permitted Abure to remain in office. He stressed that lower courts are bound by the decisions of the Apex Court and must give full effect to its pronouncements. The leadership crisis in the Labour Party had earlier escalated when the party's National Executive Committee (NEC) removed Abure from office and constituted a 29-member caretaker committee chaired by Senator Nenadi Usman. This decision was reached during an expanded stakeholders meeting held in Umuahia, Abia State, and hosted by the state governor, Alex Ati. The meeting, which ratified Abure's removal, was chaired by the party's 2023 presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi. Following his removal, Abure approached the courts to challenge the NEC's decision, maintaining that he was duly elected and subsequently reaffirmed as national chairman at the party's national convention held in Niwi, Anambra State, in March 2024. Although both the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal initially ruled in his favor and directed INEC to recognize him as chairman, those decisions were later overturned by the Supreme Court. In its ruling, the Apex Court upheld the appeal filed by Senator Usman and the Secretary of the Caretaker Committee, Darlington Nwokocha, while also cautioning political parties against violating their constitutions and prescribed tenure limits. Wednesday's judgment by the Federal High Court effectively brings Julius Abure's leadership claims to an end and clears the path for the Nenadi Usman-led Caretaker Committee to fully assume control of the Labour Party's affairs ahead of its next national convention.
The court also ordered that INEC should, as a matter of fact, recognize every correspondence from Dr. Nenadi Usman as the valid and the only recognized chairman of Labour Party. The court went further to warn against all this shenanigan and superfluous grandstanding by people who want to run the party at their whims and caprices of running around and on forum shopping, going to court in Jos, going to court in Nasarawa, going to court here and there. The Labour Party, behold your national chair. Madam Chair, congratulations. I
believe that this is not just, it's not victory for Nenadi Usman, no. It's victory for Labour Party, it's victory for all Nigerians who believe in the Labour Party. I would want to seize this opportunity to call on all my brothers and sisters and say there is no victor, no vanquished. Let's come back, work together and build a stronger Labour Party.